Hello and welcome back. I'm Joseph Hoffman. Today we are learning to play Allegro in C by Alexander Reinagel. Alexander Reinagel was born in Portsmouth, England in 1756. That was just 6 years after Johann Sebastian Bach died, and it was before America became an independent country. As a boy, Reinagel studied music with his father, who was a professional musician from Hungary. As a young man, Reinagel continued to be involved with music, teaching music lessons and performing concerts. However, back then, just like today, it can be hard to make a living as a musician. So to help pay the bills, Reinagel also had a job in the shipping industry. For his job, he got to make several trips across the Atlantic Ocean in a ship to the American colonies. He must have liked what he saw in America, or maybe he just saw a great opportunity, because in 1786, Reinagel decided to quit his day job and moved away from his family and home to take his chances in the brand new United States of America, which had just recently become an independent country. In fact, the USA was still so new in 1786, the US Constitution hadn't even been written yet. After spending some time in New York, Reinagel finally settled in Philadelphia, which at that time was actually the capital of the United States. In Philadelphia, Reinagel thrived as a professional musician. He is credited with introducing the people of the city to the music of the great European composers of the day, like Mozart and Haydn, as well as giving concerts featuring his own compositions. Reinagel's concerts became quite popular, and one of his fans was, in fact, the first president of the United States of America. Yes, George Washington himself, who would often be seen attending Reinagel's concerts. Reinagel taught piano lessons to Washington's granddaughter. In fact, the piece you're learning today could have been one of the pieces that he taught to George Washington's granddaughter. So let's come and check out the score and get started. Here's the score to Allegro in C. Let's check out the essentials. We've got our tempo indication, which, as you probably could have guessed, is Allegro. And our time signature is 2/4. There's no key signature, which tells us there won't be any sharps or flats automatically inserted. Now, let's check out the rhythm of this first phrase. You see this long curved line? This can sometimes be called a slur mark, but when it goes over the whole phrase like this, it's most often called a phrase mark. Shows you where a phrase begins and ends, and we'll play all the notes in between legato. Now, let's speak with rhythm words to say the rhythm of this first phrase. We'll say ta for quarter notes, tt for eighth notes, and tu for the half notes. Can you try saying it with me? Ready, go. Ta, ta, ti, 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 ta, ta, tu. Good. Now, here you'll notice that this phrase goes off the edge of this line, and that is shown by this phrase mark going all the way to the edge and then picking up right here. Sometimes you can't fit a whole phrase in one line nicely, and so this phrase begins here, goes off the edge, and continues on here. So let's also say the rhythm of this second phrase, which begins here and ends here on this half note. Say the rhythm words with me. Ready, go. Ta, ta, ti, 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 ta, ta, tu. What did you notice about the rhythm of the second phrase? That's right, it's the same rhythm that we had in phrase 1. The phrases have different notes or pitches, but the rhythm is the same. So it's kind of a question and answer phrase. Now, can you point and tell me the steps, skips, and repeats for this first phrase, which starts on C? Try it by yourself. Go. Start. Now keep going. If you said start, step up, step down, step down, step down, step up, step up, step up, you're correct. Good. Now let's try this next phrase, and this time we're going to do it in solfege. I'll give you a clue. We're in the C major pentascale, and we start on mi. Can you figure out the solfege on your own? We start on this mi, and then you go from there with the solfege. Go. The correct answer is mi, so, do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do. Good. Now, let's try it on the piano. All right, go ahead and place your right hand in the treble C position. So here's my middle C, going one octave higher. And let's see if you can take a stab at playing this first phrase on your own without my help. Press pause, try to play it, and then press play when you're ready to hear me play it. Here's the first phrase. If that sounded like what you played, great job. If not, just press pause, try it a few more times until you've got it. Now let's take a look at the second phrase. Once again, let's give you the first shot at this. Press pause and see if you can figure out how to play it, watching how the notes are moving, skipping up or down, and press play when you're ready to have me show you the correct answer. Here's phrase 2. We have mi, so, do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do. Good. If that matched what you played, awesome. If not, just keep practicing, press pause, and then just carry on when you're ready. Let's hear the first two phrases together now. I'll try it once. You can just listen. Now, press pause and try putting those two phrases together, then press play when you're ready to go on. Okay, let's look at the third phrase of the song. Although, first, you might have noticed this double bar line and the fine symbol. Remember, the first time you come to that in a piece, you'll just ignore the fine and go past, although later on we'll be coming back. And the second time that fine will mean that we're at the end of the song. For now, though, we'll go right on to phrase 3. Now, looking at these next 4 measures, what can you tell me? Tell me what you notice. You probably noticed that this phrase is exactly the same as phrase 1, with just a difference in dynamics. And what's that? That's right, this time we'll be playing it piano instead of forte, like before. So let's try it together. We'll play this phrase piano, just like we played phrase 1. With your hand in position, I'll count 2 beats, 1, 2, and then we'll start. Here we go. 1, 2. Good. Now, take a look at the 4th phrase and tell me what you notice. That's right, this one is the same as phrase number 2, and we're still piano. So let's try this phrase now. We're starting on mi, and then skipping up to so, then down to do. Let's try it piano. Ready, go. Great. Now, on to the next phrase. Can you tell me the letter name for this first note of the next phrase? If you said G, you're correct. So we have G, step down, and then repeat, step down, step down, step down. Now, putting those 2 very short phrases together, we have. Now, try that on your own. Good, then we do that exact same thing, but piano, like an echo. Now try that on your own. Good, now looking at the next phrase, we do the same thing a 3rd time, but forte again. Now you try. Good. Now, we have just 2 measures left before the DCL fine, which takes us back to the start of the piece. Can you tell me the letter name for this next note? If you said F, you're correct. It's flag F, so we'll play it with finger 4. It steps down, then repeats, steps down. Now, these curved lines connect between two notes, so it's called a two-note slur. And it's very common in music to have a two-note slur stepping down. When that happens, you almost always want to decrescendo on the second note. Get softer. So the first note will be stronger, strong, weak, strong, weak. To help with that, you can use your wrist. Think down, up, down, up. The down motion helps the note be a little bit louder, and then the up motion helps it be more gentle. Let's practice that a few times. Playing the last two measures. Ready, down, up, down, up. Now press pause and practice that a few times on your own, then press play when you're ready to go on. Good. Now let's go back to measure 17, where we start the B section of this piece. I'll play it once, and you can just listen. Then it will be your turn. So we start forte, then piano, and then it says DC al fine, so it brings us back to the start of the piece. Now, one thing I like to do is when I get to these last 4 quarter notes, da-dum, ba-dum, is I slow down a little bit to help get us ready for this return to the A section, which is the start of the piece. And then the fine means we're done. Now, press pause and practice all of the B section, starting at measure 17, down to the DC al fine. And then, when you're ready, press play, and we'll try playing the whole piece. All right, let's try playing the entire piece. If you prefer, you can just listen to me play, or if you're ready to tackle it, you can try playing along. I'll count 2 beats, 1, 2, to signal our start. And I'll be playing both hands, but you can just worry about the right hand. Here we go. 1, 2. Great job learning the right hand of Allegro in C by Reinagle. Practice until you feel confident, and then we'll learn to add the left hand in our next lesson. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Hey, Scuba, what are you doing? Oh, check this out, Princess. I drew a pictogram puzzle. See if you can figure it out. What's a pictogram puzzle? It's where the pictures are clues to figure out a word or phrase. I see. We've got a leg and this guy in a rowboat in the letter C. Can you figure out at home what this is? Oh, I get it. A leg, row, in C. Allegro in C. You got it, Princess. Nice job. And nice job if any of you at home figured it out. Ooh, let's do more of these. I'm going to get a paper and pencil. I'm right behind you.